Hello everyone, welcome. I'm going to do a flip through of the new Mythographic out. This is Fairy Wonderland, and this one is by Fabiana Attanasio. So here's the cover. Here's that cute little fairy. We got some mushrooms, some other like botanical things going on the cover. Wander through the mystical gardens where fairy dust swirls through the sky. So 40 hand-drawn illustrations that unlock the mysteries of glittering fairy charms. And this one says Color and Discover, an artist coloring book of magical spirits. So this one doesn't say anything about hidden objects on the cover. So here's the cover uncolored in case you want to tackle it yourself. So these pages are perforated and they all do have this nice border. Again, if you're new to Mythographic, they are the nice thick cardstock, not quite cardstock, but they are thicker feeling paper, single-sided, all that good stuff. And then we get started. So let me center a little. Okay. So there's our fairy in this one. Cute. Lots of mushrooms, which is to be expected, I feel like, in fairy pages. So this one, to me, she may be a fairy, but it almost looks like butterfly wings. But it is Fairy Wonderland, so maybe this beautiful lady just lives with the fairies. I have not done a full flip through of this book myself and actually looked at the pages. I peeked at a few in the store to make sure it was something I wanted. It's not exactly what I expected. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not what I expected. Like this page, I would not expect to be in Fairy Wonderland. It is still very cool and funny the way it's drawn, but I was expecting like different fairies in different places and different poses. So I wasn't expecting these as much. We have a little girl that looks like she's sitting inside some fruit. I think this is a big old pomegranate. Those are delicious. We just had some of those actually. She's got the elf ears, but I don't see like wings or anything, so I don't think she's a fairy. So got a mama and some baby birds in the nest here. Not sure what these are for, but so again, this is not exactly a page I expected to be in Fairy Wonderland. I get that birds live, forest and the whimsical and all that, but they are very cute. I would still color them. They just don't feel like they fit the fairy theme. I would expect them to be in an animal book or something like that, but I do like his little potion he's holding though. So he's coming out of a book. This will be a fun one to practice bubbles on. What's going on here? Let's see. So he's coming. Got another space theme. Fabiana does have a lot of space themes, I've noticed, which don't bother me. I always like a good galaxy background, so. This one also doesn't look like a fairy to me, but again. This one has me a little confused right off. Okay, there we go. I was missing his head for a second. I was like, I'm a little confused. I see a body and like a leg, but I see. So here we have a moon and this little dragon creature. That one could be very pretty. Pretty. With that moon. So as far as actual fairies, I think this is the second one I've seen so far. And I may have missed them if they are like little and hiding in the background and things on the other pages, but this is what I expected more pages like in the book. Different fairies, like not all necessarily, you know, pretty portrait style fairies, but I did expect more fairies at the very least. This one I was trying to decide if she's a fairy because I thought for a minute she was wrapped up in her wings, but I'm pretty sure she's just turning into a butterfly. So we have the snails and some lanterns. Be a pretty earth tone page. I like the bird on this page, but again, it's a lot of things thrown on a page to me. We got a bird, we got some mandala type things coming out the tree, we got some fish floating around, we got some feathers, some leaves, like just it's like a little bit of all the worlds thrown into one thing here. I might like this one better when I see it colored and see other people's perspectives of it, but right now it just feels kind of like what, who, what, where? What are we doing? Why is the bird underwater? Or why are the fish in the tree? Kind of thing. Keys and dragonflies. I really would like to do this like in rose gold, this key, and then do these guys in some like shiny paint, make their wings see through. You can tell where she kind of did already, but some pretty translucent wings. That one would be fun. So again, I think I would have put some wings on this little girl and made her a fairy. Now I get it's Fairy Wonderland, so we are going to have, you know, some of the fairy houses and things like that, but I haven't even seen a whole lot of that so far. So far, it's a lot of creatures, animals that live in fairyland, Fairy Wonderland. So I just feel like the fairy enthusiasts are going to be a little let down. Again, the pictures are still really pretty. Like I'm into animals, so this is totally up my alley, but I feel like those of you that were purchasing it for the aspect that it says fairy on it are going to be a little disappointed somewhat. These guys are super cute. I'd like to tackle this one sometime. Also, let me see something real quick. I want to see if the little pictures are in the back of this one, and they are not. This one is fairy. Very pretty, very elegant feeling. It reminds me of the little ballerinas and like the jewelry boxes that spin around kind of thing. They feel more like flower type girls to me than fairies, but and again we got a jellyfish here and a butterfly, so that's kind of the struggle with coloring these pictures is, are we underwater, are we in the sky, are we in the trees? Oh, it's not a jellyfish, it's a flower, so this one's not too bad. I wish she would have put all these animal ones in one book. Well, I guess they are all in one book, but like with some of her other really cool animal images. I really like how she did this tree. You really get a lot of detail and depth in this tree and make it look very realistic. That's pretty neat. And there's a little door here, so maybe this is a fairy house. Here's the jellyfish. Of course, we got that beautiful unicorn, we got some jellyfish. Trying to make sure my pages aren't sticking together. So here is another little fairy creature. There's 3 or 4 fairies so far, and we're about halfway-ish through the book. This one, instead of being mixed with like fish on land and things, we have flowers and snowflakes, which is kind of neat. I think this one would be fun to do. For some reason, I really want to make this little person here like a light green. I also really like this one. Very neat perspective on this one. So this could be like a little portal here, you know, and then you got trees coming out, and you could do this as moss. Like, very fun, very earthy feeling. So there's another fairy. There are a few in here. Sorry about that. I was trying to flatten the book a little bit. Okay. Flying squirrel, very cute, and she does have her fairy wings on. I like how they put the little circles around the candles, but again, I don't, because then you got a black line around your glow, but still fun. These dandelions are fun to do. I did them on a lion page she has. Here we are with some more flying fish. Cute little fairy on the inside there, though. So it's kind of like the fish are jumping out of the water and checking out the little fairy in her home. Oh, these water droplets, we could practice the realistic water drop. There are a ton of tutorials out there on that. This definitely has my interest. I probably won't get to it in December just because of all like the Christmas and holiday coloring, but this one is definitely very neat. There's another gorgeous lion. I do adore her lions. They are well drawn. Very, very handsome fellows. So we got some butterflies, some space themes going on. Now, I personally don't love all the swirls she adds in. They're really hard to color and kind of get the feel for, but other than that, I do like this page. It's a neat one with like the reflections or water, or yeah, I think she's looking in the water, so this is underwater kind of thing. You could always do daytime, nighttime. There's a little moon down here. This is that pretty mushroom page. There for a little while I was getting tired of doing like all my mushrooms red, so I've been veering like with mushroom colors, but I feel like this would be a very pretty page to have the traditional red mushrooms and the brown trees and the green, and so yeah, that's kind of owl, crystals, mushrooms, stars. Cool owl. It kind of, oh, and there's a little fairy on top of the baby. I didn't even see that. Kind of looks like wood, but turtle, very pretty. I like the idea of the shell it's got going on there. Another really pretty one, and he is the fairy. It looks like he's got wings this time. I really like how well she drew that eye. There's a lot of detail in it. interesting. Got where she added in some more of that black forest already. Got the frog in a crown. Some roses over here. I know about this one. It's a lot going on again. Ladybugs and waves. Oh, that's a neat take. So we got a hummingbird with the fairy wings, and then her beak is a paintbrush, so she's painting the flowers. And then the stump down here is the paint palette. Very, very neat. Would also be a fun one to tackle, just with the different paint colors and kind of making it look like she painted the flowers and everything. It's cool. It's like they're cruising through a crystal cave in the dark. Again, I kind of wish this big black line wasn't there, so that I could start and kind of fade out my look of the light, but a white gel pen will cover it up just fine, I suppose. And we have this cute little guy who's holding a fairy kitty. This one I have my eye on. I really would like to do this like different color metals, silver, bronzes, rose golds. But the chains are so tiny, I feel like I would have to do them in metallic marker or something. So that one might take some investigating on to come up with a plan, but very beautiful peacock. Still doesn't feel a whole lot of fairy-ish for me, but... And then we have this guy. So this is the guy that sold me on the book, although he is not really fairy related. I guess there's like fairy potions and things, but just the cute little potion bottles and the cute little stairs and doors and cabinets, and very cute. And he's just sleeping up there, got the keys in his hands. So yeah. That one is probably my favorite. And we have these little creatures. I'm not sure if they're fairies or flying flowers or what. Good, I like how she put in the black down here and kind of gave it a nice glittery feel. We are with them fish again. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Fish and a big leaf. Flowers, got a mushroom over here. He is a very handsome looking fellow. Carrying away the hourglass. Some more butterflies. Definitely a lot of butterflies if you are a butterfly person. Okay, discover more of Mythographic, of course. I bought this at Walmart because, you know, they come out faster at Walmart than if I waited for Amazon. But I will link it down below if you are interested in grabbing a copy. Again, this is Fairy Wonderland. It is a great book. I just think they shouldn't have named it Fairy. Maybe Forest Wonderland, or Creature Wonderland, something like that, but 40 pages, and there was only like 5 or 6 fairies in there, so I feel like, again, the fairy enthusiasts are going to be a little let down, but there's a lot of fairies on the cover, so maybe there's more hidden in there. 1, 2, 3, and then we had the cat fairy and stuff, so we'll see what everyone else thinks. Again, I do love the pages, so I am excited to tackle this one. I will probably pull it in January for my birthday month. Questions, comments, requests, anything like that, please let me know, and I hope to see you next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.